Right, here we are. The air is thin, the wind bites at your face, and every breath is a conscious effort. This isn't just any mountain. This is Sagarmatha, Chomolungma, Everest. For years, this giant has been a dream, a whisper in the back of my mind. People ask, why? Why leave the comfort of home to face this brutal, unforgiving environment? They don't understand. It's not about conquering the mountain. It's about conquering yourself. It's about pushing past every known limit, finding strength you never knew you had, and seeing what you're truly made of when everything is stripped away. This is the ultimate test of survival, of spirit. The journey to this point has been long, filled with endless training, sacrifices, and moments of doubt. But standing here, looking up at the colossal peaks that scrape the sky, all of that fades away. All that's left is the challenge. It's a raw, primal feeling. You're just a small human against the immense power of nature. Every step from here on is a battle against the altitude, the weather, and your own mind. The mountain doesn't care about your plans or your fears. It demands respect, and it will punish any mistake. This isn't just a climb, it's a pilgrimage. Today I'm taking you with me every step of the way to the roof of the world. You'll see the struggle, the beauty, the sheer terror, and the indescribable joy. We're going to face some of the most dangerous terrain on the planet, where one wrong move could be your last. But the reward, that view from the top, is said to change you forever, so strap in. The real adventure starts now. Let's go. Welcome to Everest Base Camp. At 17,598 feet, this is where civilization ends and the real mountain begins. It's a sprawling, chaotic city of colorful tents pitched on a moving glacier. All around me, you can hear the creaking and groaning of the ice beneath our feet, a constant reminder that we are guests in a powerful living environment. This isn't just a campsite, it's a crucible. It's where dreams are forged and sometimes where they end before they even start. The energy here is electric, a mix of nervous anticipation, excitement, and a healthy dose of fear. You can see it in the eyes of every climber. My first few days here are all about one crucial thing: acclimatization. Your body has to learn to survive on half the oxygen it's used to. Every movement is deliberate, slow. A simple task like tying my boots leaves me breathless. We spend our days doing short hikes, practicing with our gear, ice axes, crampons, harnesses, and letting our bodies adjust to this brutal altitude. The headaches are relentless, a constant thumping that reminds you you're in the death zone's waiting room. Survival up here is a game of patience. Rush it, and the mountain will send you home, or worse. At night, the temperature plummets, and the sounds of the glacier become more pronounced. Avalanches thunder down the surrounding peaks, a terrifying lullaby that shakes the very ground you sleep on. You lie in your tent, listening, and you can't help but think about what lies ahead, the infamous Khumbu icefall looming just above us like a frozen monster. This is the last chance for relative comfort, the last chance to eat a hot meal with a sense of normality. From here on out, every step takes us deeper into the wild. This is it, the Khumbu Icefall. It's a chaotic, ever-shifting river of ice, a maze of towering seracs, some as big as buildings, and deep, dark crevasses that could swallow you whole. There is no set path. The route changes daily, even hourly as the glacier moves. The noise is incredible. It's a living, breathing beast. You hear constant cracking and crashing as massive blocks of ice shift and fall around you. Every step is a calculated risk. You have to be fast, but you also have to be precise. Hesitation can be fatal. We move before dawn, when the ice is most stable, our headlamps cutting through the darkness. Navigating this labyrinth requires total concentration. We clip into fixed ropes, our lifelines in this vertical world. The most unnerving part is crossing the crevasses on rickety aluminium ladders. They're lashed together, spanning terrifyingly blue, bottomless pits. With crampons on your boots, every step on the metal rungs is precarious. The ladder sways and creaks under your weight, and you do the one thing you're not supposed to do. You look down. All you see is a dark, icy abyss. Your heart pounds in your chest, and you just focus on your breathing, one foot in front of the other. This isn't just a physical challenge, it's a psychological war. You're constantly aware that the entire icefall could collapse at any moment. You see the remnants of past avalanches, huge fields of ice debris that serve as a stark reminder of the danger. You have to trust your gear, trust your guides, and trust your training. There's no room for error. Getting through the Khumbu icefall is the first major test on Everest. If you can conquer this frozen dragon, you've earned your right to climb higher. It's terrifying, but it's also brutally beautiful. After surviving the Khumbu icefall, you arrive at Camp 1. It's a desolate, exposed spot carved out of the snow in a valley known as the Western Khum. The sun here is absolutely brutal. Trapped between the towering walls of Everest, Lhotse and Nuptse, this valley acts like a giant solar oven. The reflected glare from the snow is blinding, and the heat is intense, despite the freezing air. It's a surreal experience to be sweating profusely while surrounded by ice. This leg of the journey is less technical than the icefall, but it's a long, draining slog. The journey from Camp 1 to Camp 2 is a crucial part of acclimatization. We'll ferry loads up, then return to a lower camp to sleep, following the climb high, sleep low mantra. This process is exhausting. You're covering the same ground multiple times, your body screaming for oxygen with every step. The path is riddled with hidden crevasses, so we remain roped together at all times. The sheer scale of everything is hard to comprehend. We are tiny specks in a vast white wilderness. The silence is profound, broken only by the sound of our own ragged breathing and the crunch of our boots in the snow. Reaching Camp 2, or Advanced Base Camp, feels like a major victory. It's a safer, more established camp, tucked away at the base of the Lhotse face. From here, you get your first proper intimidating view of the upper. You can trace the route all the way to the summit. It looks impossibly steep. But meanwhile, having successfully navigated the lower mountain, a new sense of determination sets in. The initial shock and fear are replaced by a focused resolve. This is the real base for the summit push. The training wheels are off. Here we are, staring up at the Lhotse face. It's a colossal vertical wall of hard blue ice that rises over 3,700 feet. It's not just steep, it's relentless. From Camp 2, it looks like a giant, shimmering sheet of glass stood on its end. This is where the real technical climbing begins. We trade our trekking poles for 2 ice axes. From this point on, our lives depend on our ability to swing an axe and kick our crampons into the ice with precision and strength. The face is scoured by wind, making the surface slick and unforgiving. Every placement has to be perfect. The ascent is a grueling, muscle-burning ordeal. You're clipped into a fixed rope, using a jumar to haul yourself up, one agonizing pull at a time. The angle is so steep that you're constantly leaning into the mountain, the sheer drop below you always in your peripheral vision. The air is dangerously thin now, and every movement requires a monumental effort. You develop a rhythm kick, breathe, swing, breathe, slide the jumar, breathe. It's a painful, monotonous meditation. You can't afford to let your mind wander. One moment of carelessness could send you sliding down the face. The biggest dangers on the Lhotse face are exhaustion and falling debris. Rock and ice, dislodged by climbers higher up or by the wind, come whistling down the face at incredible speeds. You hear a shout of ice or rock from above, and you have just a split second to press yourself against the wall and pray. We climb towards Camp 3, a tiny ledge carved out of the ice halfway up this monstrous wall. It's a precarious and exposed place to spend a night, but it's a vital stepping stone towards the summit. Conquering the Lhotse face is a true test of a climber's skill and nerve. This is summit night. We leave Camp 4 high in the death zone at over 26,000 feet in the dead of night. The temperature is minus 40 degrees, and the wind feels like it's slicing through you. Your body is screaming at you. Every instinct tells you to go down, to find warmth, to find air, but you push on, driven by a force you can't explain. We are just a string of headlamps, a tiny flicker of life in an ocean of darkness and cold. You can see the stars with a clarity you've never known, so close you feel like you could touch them. The final push is a slow, desperate climb. The route takes us along a narrow corniced ridge. To your left is a 7,000-foot drop into Nepal. To your right, an 11,000-foot drop into Tibet. There is no room for error. You pass the Hillary Step, the final rocky outcrop before the summit, requiring one last burst of technical climbing. Your oxygen-starved brain is fuzzy, your movements are clumsy, but you keep going. And then you see it, the gentle upward slope of the summit ridge. There are no more false peaks. There is nowhere else to go up. You take those final, agonizingly slow steps, and then you are there, standing on top of the world. At 29,032 feet, you are higher than anything else on this planet. The view is indescribable. A 360-degree panorama of the curvature of the Earth, the peaks of lesser mountains poking through a sea of clouds below. All the pain, the struggle, the fear, it all melts away, replaced by a profound sense of peace and awe. You are overwhelmed by emotion. You cry, you laugh, you stare in disbelief. You have reached the summit of Mount Everest, but you know the job is only half done. The descent is just as dangerous. Getting to the top is only half the battle. Remember that. More accidents happen on the way down. You're exhausted, euphoric, and your guard is down. But the mountain doesn't care that you've reached your goal. It's still a lethal environment. Every step down requires the same focus as the way up. You have to fight the overwhelming urge to rush, to get back to safety. You have to conserve your energy, stay clipped in, and keep your wits about you. The summit is a temporary victory. True success is getting back down to base camp, back to your family, back to your life. That's the real prize. This journey has pushed me to my absolute limits, mentally and physically. It's broken me down and built me back up, stronger and with a deeper respect for the power of the wild. You learn things about yourself up here, in the thin air and the biting cold, that you could never learn anywhere else. You learn that your spirit is tougher than your body, that perseverance in the face of overwhelming odds is the purest form of strength. This mountain has a way of stripping away everything that doesn't matter, leaving you with a raw, honest version of yourself. And that's the ultimate lesson of survival. It's not just about staying alive, it's about feeling alive. It's about facing your fears head-on and coming out the other side changed. Whether it's Everest or a challenge in your own life, the principle is the same. Keep putting one foot in front of the other, respect the challenge, and never ever give up. Now, I'm heading home. Stay safe and stay adventurous.